personally, I haven't really heard any of her lectures, and I think she's working in Japan, and she speaks three languages. So good for her. Like she speaks Mandarin, so that's why she was able to expand her business in China. And she says she also speaks a bit of English, and I'm sure she speaks well like Japanese. So for her to have a massage therapist business going in Japan. So how many of you actually have attended? If you can put your hand up, so I can just ask, how do you feel about listening to her special lectures? Nobody? I think I saw some of our member faces when I attended a Zoom meeting. Okay, so I see a hands up. I mean, like thumbs up from Mike, so I'm sure he have attended it. Okay, so I'm not gonna go in detail. Okay, so Cleo attended it, Mary attended it. Great. Okay, so if any of you can, share like what your thoughts on her lectures, I mean, it will be great. Okay, so I'm just gonna go quickly because like when we listen to like some of the leaders, like some of the stories are like go on a similar flow. But what I figured out from her story, wow, she is amazing. So she's really go getter. So how she met at me, because you have heard that she was a massage. She owns the clinic, right? Massage therapy clinic. And she thought one clinic doing well. So if she can expand, so same thing, if she can franchise her massage clinic, probably she will be able to create more income. But what's the downfall of that? If you are keep on expanding spa, there is an overhead cost. So I think that's the most of the downfall that many people who owns a business thinking. As your business grows, yes, your income will grow, but at the same time, the salary you need to pay, the overhead cost, the rent fee, like all those extra fees comes along too. So when you really compare owning a store, like having a really retail business and Atomy, you know what benefit you are getting tremendously with Atomy. So how she started Atomy or how she got into encounter to Atomy, it's similar to many of the people, like even including ourselves. We started Atomy by experiencing the result from the product. So she also experienced a skincare hemohim, and with the skincare, there was a funny joke that she talked about that since she was using Atomy skincare, so I'm sure it was Atomy skincare set. So when she was using it, people were asking, "Do you have a new boyfriend? I mean, what's going on? Your face is glowing." So of course, how can she not like it? And when she was trying hemohim, so she said she doesn't have a very low immune system, so probably she getting sick easily, and looks like her body was pretty cold because before hemohim, she said she always wear a jacket or warm clothes, and she even slept with like electric pad and heating pad. So she will sleep with a heating pad on. So which means that she always, feel cold all the time. But by taking hemohim, all the symptom has disappeared. So with that amazing experience from the product, it really kind of opened her eyes to get a little bit more information about Atomy. Remember what she said? She was trying the product and then she liked it. And when she was going through the experience, her sponsor asked, join the meeting, come to the seminar, because that's something that we usually do. That's a step we're taking. Once a member or once a consumer say, oh, I like the product, oh, do you want to know how you can create an income, or do you want to know a little bit more about Atomy compensation plan? So that's the same thing happened to her. So she attended one of the center to hear one of the successful leader. It was the Royal Master, Jinwan Ju, and he is kind of well known in Atomy because even before Atomy, he had a great job. I mean, in terms of job category, he has a great job because he worked at the bank and he retired as a bank manager. Because in Korea, if you retire as a bank manager, I mean, if you go all the way to the bank manager level, your annual salary is like 100,000. I mean, six-digit figure, right? 100,000, and that's a pretty good income. And even if you retire as a bank manager, he probably have some retirement planning done already. But still, he decided to do that to me because even he retired as a bank manager, right? And the branch manager, he wasn't able to give extra pocket money to his parents. He wasn't really able to like enjoy the lifestyle that he wanted. That's why He did Atomy. Amazing story. It's not all the poor people, all the people who failed from other network marketing joining Atomy. Even people who had a great career, they are still joining Atomy. That was a vision. Because when she was hearing a story, oh yeah, I'm creating a good income, because she said she was creating $10,000 income from the clinic, the massage therapist, like the clinic that she has. Okay, but even when I'm creating that income, I cannot really give a pocket money to my parents. I want to be a person that who can, who can give out, pocket money to my parents whenever they could. I can give a monthly allowance to my parents. So she could related her story to this world master, Jin Wan-ju at the time. So that's why she decided to do Atomy. So I believe, because I was listening, I wasn't really sure with the date, but I believe at 2015 that she decided to, okay, so maybe this is the business I could do it. And she said, yes, she falls in love with the product, but if her sponsor didn't ask her to join the system, maybe she didn't really see the vision of this Atomy. And through the system, I'll be able to create the system income I desire. So she learned that she needs to plug into the system. So of course, she attended one-day seminar, Success Academy. So she plugged into the system, and she understood that is a way for her to create a system income, which we call the residual income from Atomy. How she did Atomy is a little bit different. So you have to understand, because she started Atomy 2015. When she was explaining, I could kind of relate it, because some of the people in Canada also did business that way. Because nowadays we don't really do it, because people are easy. People are familiar with online shopping, and they're okay to do online shopping. But even 2014, 2015, way back then, not many people were enjoying online shopping, and they're still skeptical of using their credit card on online, like virtual online shopping mall. So what she did, she created a center. She opened up a center, and then she invited people. So she thought, you know what, people are, yes, Atomy is online shopping mall, but if she could have a product in her center, when she invite people, let them try it, let them buy it right away. Let them buy it right away. And if they like the product, then probably they can also share to other people. So that was a cycle that she was doing. She invite people to the center, and she will introduce product and sell on the spot. She will sell on the spot. So imagine, probably she had a lot of stock in the center for her to really sell the product to the people who visit the center right away. And if they say they like the product, what does she do? Ask for referral. So this is the routine she was taking when she started a business. And one thing that she had mentioned that I kind of admire what she said, she even deliver products. Even though she needs to take a train to deliver the product, she will still deliver the product, because that's the way she can get a referral. She can retain them as her consumers. So when you kind of relate it to your business right now, that's something we won't be doing it, because we can say like it's easier now, because by registering a one member and just teaching them how to do online shopping, they'll just shop. You don't even have to deliver, and you don't have to have a center to stock all those products so you can sell it right away. Okay, so compared to the situation she faced in 2015, we can say that situation right now, it's better for many of us to do Atomy business, and creating an environment to work for Atomy. Work Atomy. This is something that many of the leaders actually has mentioned. This is like a paying the opportunity cost, like making a commitment to yourself that I will succeed with Atomy. And in order for her to make the decision, she needs to tell her family members, or she needs to do something, so she can only focus on Atomy. This is something she said. So once she decided to do Atomy, she talked to her husband. I cannot prepare breakfast anymore. I cannot prepare dinner anymore. So you're on your own. So when she was mentioning that, I recall some of the leaders, because that's what I remember the Crown Master Jeong Kim, who is from Jeju Island. I think we have attended a global leaders meeting from her, and she also mentioned that same thing to her daughters and to her husband, that sorry, from now on I cannot really attend any of the family gatherings, or I won't be able to prepare any of the meals. You're on your own. Let me just focus on Atomy, and let me create a residual income. That's the same thing this real master wrote it. So she told her husband that I cannot prepare any breakfast or dinner. let me just focus on anatomy. It's for our family. And she also told her grandma, I won't be able to visit you regularly like before because I want to focus on anatomy. And after that, she jumped into mastership. That's where I felt like, wow, she is amazing how she really climbed up the ladder of like mastership. So I was writing down the date. So 2015 she joined, and 2016 Diamond Master, and then I'm not sure, maybe the translator didn't share us the correct date, but 2016 Diamond Master, and then already Sharon was master, and she said May, June, July, so 3 months in a row she maintained as auto Sharon was master, so she could challenge first time master. Amazing. So to me, I couldn't really figure it out how she did it, but maybe she purchased a product because she was able to resell it, right? So even if she purchased a product, she was able to resell it, and that's one other thing that she has added. Some of her members who are buying, like bulk products, they of course, I'm sure they share their concerns. Oh, what are we going to do with this product? What if I cannot sell those products? And she tell those members, even year later, you still have the same amount of product. You still couldn't really distribute those products. I'll buy back from you. So I have to listen again because I couldn't really understand what she meant by it. So, like when you're going for the mastership, like sales master, probably some people actually purchase a product, like, like 20 boxes of product. They actually purchased it and they're concerned, oh, what will I do with the product? She said, if you have a passion to do Atomy, you can easily share those products. But even year later of doing Atomy, hardly, and doing Atomy like effortlessly, and you still have stock left, I'll buy from you. Even she mentioned to all her members, for her doing Atomy business for 6 years, only 2 people requested. She has so many partners, which she asked, tell them the same thing. If you really can't sell the product even a year later, I will just repurchase from you. Even she mentioned that only out of all those members, partners she has, only 2 members actually asked it. So that also shows that Atomy products are really sellable. So like I mentioned, her mastership, she said her sponsor basically asked for, okay, can you go for Diamond Master? Can you go for Sharon Rose Master? She said she believed what her sponsor telling her, because she's getting her guidance from, like direction from her sponsor. So sponsor telling, okay, can you go for Sharon Rose Master? Can you maintain? She will listen. And when sponsors giving her the direction, she believed that probably sponsor already figured out that it is a right opportunity, and it is a great chance for whole team to grow higher. And same as all the leaders from Atomy, ultimate goal is auto sales master, because once you become an auto sales master, you can also help other partner become auto sales master, so we can kind of duplicate all the same actions, right? So importance of product on hand, this is this story related to what I have explained, because she really wanted to share the product right away, because when she started 2015, 16, 17, 18, probably, especially, she did Atomy in Japan, and I'm not sure how many of you actually visited Atomy Japan website. Atomy Japan doesn't have a hemohim till today, and they're not going to have a hemohim in the future either. So which means probably she needs to have a lot of hemohim in her office, because she's still sharing hemohim and she need to give them products. So she probably need to probably have to order from Korea to have stock on her hand for her to share. Right. So that's why she keep on repeating herself that it is important of having a product on hand. And that is investing to your own business. Right? It's not having an extra product. You are investing to your own business. And she said, if you want a big business, and invest big too. So maybe, like what she explained, maybe it falls for, right? It can work for some people, but it's not for everyone. So one suggestion when we are listening to, leaders road to success, what you can adapt, right? What you can get it and making it as your own, so we take it. But if some of the things some leaders did, if you weren't able to follow it, it's okay. You listen and you don't need to follow. So this is just another suggestion that many others will many leaders are making. So she said, invest into your business, having some stocks of the product. And even before Atomy China opened, because we know China opened to just last year. But even 2017, we keep on hearing, oh, Atomy China is going to open soon. Atomy China is going to open soon. So I'm sure she heard the same thing in Atomy Japan. So since she can speak Mandarin, good asset, right? Since she could speak the language, she wanted to develop the market before. So imagine 2020 is a year that Atomy China opened, but she was working on it even from 2018. So what she did, she wanted them to, for the people who are interested, not just ordinary consumers, for the people who are interested in Atomy, she want them to learn correctly how this business runs. So what she did, she asked them to join Korea Success Academy. And probably you also have heard the similar scenario from many other leaders from Taiwan or Malaysia before they actually decided to Atomy, or before they actually doing it at Atomy, even before their market, they actually attended Korea Success Academy. So they hear CEO Hungry Park's word directly, and they see how this Atomy business can grow globally. So she said, at first, only 3 people were able to join, but she made a mission. She made a goal to herself. So that's the importance of having a goal. That's one other thing that she have added later. She said, when only 3 of her members joined the Success Academy, she said, okay, 2018, I'm going to make 2 bosses really full of my members attending Success Academy. And she said it happened. Imagine how many people can fit in the one boss. Let's say 50. So basically, like around like 80 to 90 partner of hers attended Korea Success Academy. So imagine how crazily she have worked to make her goal come true. And there was never a single moment that she thought about quitting Atomy because of this reason. She said she knew that she could earn. She knew that she could make a success in this business. There is a strong confidence, and there was no doubt at all. There's a strong confidence that she could make the income she desire, and she could also help many of our partners earn the similar income. There was no point that she thought about quitting. And we heard it from many leaders too, right? Some leaders said, since I was 100% sure that I could make my success in Atomy, I never thought about quitting. And she also empathized having a good relationship, like having a certain relationship with a sponsor. And she mentioned about the sponsor many times, even during her lectures, that at any direction her leaders her sponsors are saying, she will try to follow, because sponsor is the one who actually went through the road or even just faced the failure even before herself. So any suggestion that coming from sponsor, she's willing to, right? And she's trying her best to adapt it. And like sometimes like sponsors ask, oh, can you maintain or can you go for, even those times she tried to complete it. And if her mastership falls into sponsor's mastership, that's the time that she will focus really trying to complete her mastership, because it's not only about her, it also got involved in the whole group, her sponsored mastership. And she added on the later part that she's thankful to this opportunity. Who doesn't? Even all of us, we're not on the level of 50,000 or like 30,000 yet, but we all are thankful to this opportunity, because she said if she continuously have that I think I forgot to put it because it wasn't part of Atomy business, because she said after 2 years of doing it at Atomy, she completely closed down, right? She closed down her business of massage therapy, like clinic. She closed down because she figured out she needed to put a full focus on Atomy business. She said, what if I still owned that clinic, massage clinic? With the pandemic, this and that, probably I struggle a lot. But with Atomy, what an amazing opportunity, what an amazing business opportunity that I had. And through that, I could really have a financial freedom and the freedom of time. So she made an example, as a parent, what do you want to do? As a parent, we want to spend as much time as possible with our children. But is it possible if you're working full time? if you want to spend, if your goal or if your dream is to spend as much time as possible with your family or with your children, Atomy is the answer, because through Atomy you will gain a financial freedom, and that also give you the freedom of time. And for you, of course, as a parent, you also have your own parents. What could be the great present to your parents? Yes, it could be cash, right? You can give them a monthly allowance. But since they're aging, what could be your great gift to your parents? You spending time with them. But if you're working full time, if you're struggling paying off your bills and this and that, when will you have a time to spend the time with your parents? So she empathizes by through Atomy, we all can create, like 6-digit figure income, like 300,000, 500, like 30,000, 50,000 monthly residual income, and that truly give us the financial freedom and freedom of time. So we basically can do anything we want, anytime we want. And having a firm, strong goal is very important. She said, once you have a strong and firm goal, it will really help you to overcome any challenges, any obstacles you face. You can go over it. And that's something we always mention. We should have a daily goal, monthly goal, yearly goal. That's why we should create a life scenario. So think about the goals that we have. How big is your goal? Because there's a famous quote, right? When your why is big enough, how becomes easy. No matter what you want to achieve the goal, then there is no other excuse. You will just find a way for you to make that happen. Right? So strong and firm goal is necessary for you to become successful in Atomy. It was like a 1 hour, a little longer than a 1 hour lecture, and there are many informations. So I was really amazed. Wow, she's really a go-getter. Amazing. In terms of achieving a mastership, because she said 2016 Sharon was master, and then just next year, May, June, July, how can she maintain? Because she said she challenged for Sharon Woods Master when her volume was only 1.5 million. It's not even 2.5, which means she wasn't even auto sales master. So she has a charisma to probably, make her partners to really see the vision and challenge it together. So she challenged it for Sharon's master, and May, June, July consecutively she maintained Sharon's master, and then 2017 Sharon was master, and then 3 times again in the year Stern master, because I think she achieved the royal master pretty quick compared to when she started it. And probably when I share this, you might have a lot of question about this. So she was already a royal master, but 2019 is the year that she joined the Leaders Club, because Leaders Club is the leaders who are making more than 100, like 10,000, like more than 100,000 annually. And she joined the Royal Leaders Club 2020. 2020, she joined the Royal Leaders Club. So if you are clear with the Atomy compensation plan, and if you can figure it out, because that was my question mark. Oh, she's already a royal master, but she haven't joined the Leaders Club. But if you understand Atomy compensation, and if you can relate it to some of the leaders, so she was, I think, more focusing on going for the mastership first. Because when she go for the mastership, I think that was one of the things that she has mentioned. When she go for the mastership, so when she go for royal master, how many sales masters she need? Like more than 300. So basically minimum 500 she needs. So she was focusing on going for the mastership to make everybody kind of grow from their position, and probably they work on making stable of their business. But the good thing is, even after she entered the Royal Leaders Club 2019 2020, her businesses keep on growing. That's the whole thing. And it's not only her, many of her partners are achieving the same goals too.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.